Hey guys, I'm Ed Clarke, and today I'm looking at the Fulltone OCD pedal and giving my honest review of it. Before I get into it, please make sure you like and subscribe because it really does make a huge difference to the channel. Okay, so here I've got the V1.7 version of the Fulltone OCD, obviously a very, very popular pedal, possibly one of the most popular overdrive pedals worldwide. So I'm going to take you through some tones on this pedal and then talk you through what I think are the big pluses of this pedal and where maybe it has some weaknesses. So, very standard layout for the most part. We've got a volume, a tone, and a gain. The only difference from most overdrive pedals is it has the HP and LP switch, or high peak and low peak switch. So, we'll also explore what that does. So, to start off with, I'm going to leave it in the low peak position, and we'll go from there. So, here is the clean tone. Okay, so awesome tones out of this pedal. Really beefy, really thick. The thing that really sets this apart in the way it's used to other pedals is that high peak and low peak switch. You'll notice there's a significant volume difference between the two. Whether that's perceived or actual, kind of difficult to know, but the low peak obviously has a less jagged and less aggressive sound, which also translates to being quieter. It does, however, yield a lot more smoothness, I find. So I actually prefer the low peak setting, but you do just have to wind up the volume that little bit. Okay, so what do I like about this pedal? Well, first off, it's incredibly well built. The metal housing is incredibly robust, very, very tour worthy. It also is incredibly versatile. This pedal is usually associated with the higher gain tones, but I actually find that some of the lower gain tones are really nice in it, but they kind of get overlooked. On top of that, I also find it's really good for lead tones, for solos. I find if you crank that gain up, you can get some really silky smooth soaring leads. Again, I usually use the low peak mode for this, but it kind of depends on what amp you're using. Okay, so what do I not like so much? For me, there's two main things on this pedal. The first one is the little screws that fasten the back plate on. It does make it incredibly easy to get into the battery, but they also do have a habit of falling out on their own. For example, mine now has 3 of those screws on. It had 4 when it went onto my board. I went to take it off, suddenly noticed there was one missing. They are really, really tiny, and they do come out very, very easy. I just don't think it's necessary for Fulltone to make their pedals this way. I think normal screws on the back, like most pedals do, is a much better solution. Yes, you have to get a screwdriver to get them out rather than you had to use your fingers. But for me, as a touring musician, having it be secure is much more important. The only other thing I can really take away from this pedal is the volume control. Now, a lot of pedals do this, and I don't know why, but unity gain should be at 12 o'clock. Maybe that's a personal thing, but to me, putting the volume knob in the middle, to me, that should be unity. I don't know why companies want the volume to need to be dialed quite a long way back like this one in order to be unity. It just means you have to sit there fiddling to get it right. Whereas if unity gain is in the middle, you can look down your board. Is it going straight up? If not, it's wrong. If it is, you're all good. To me, that's just an unnecessary complication. And also with the high and low peak switch, having different volumes is a little bit unhelpful. I have a little bit more sympathy with that one, simply because this is not a digital pedal, so being analog circuitry, if having that different mode causes a different volume level, there's nothing that can be done about it, other than have another bit of circuitry in it that winds the volume up, which will also affect the tone, so I kind of a little bit more sympathetic with that. But why the default isn't unity gain at noon and, I don't know, high peak is slightly louder or low peak is slightly quieter, I could excuse that, but it's not at 12 o'clock on either setting, which just seems a bit odd to me. But again, maybe that's a personal thing. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon ticks to be notified of new videos. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.